Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Epic Wings here in Glendale, Arizona. It's the Epic Thursday Night Football 2022 season recap show coming to you live from Glendale, Arizona. My name is James Poovey alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, it was an extremely exciting season this year on Thursday Night Football. We had some truly epic games, and we're going to go over some of those tonight, and we have some special guests with us here as well this evening.
James, it was a fantastic season, and of course, it's time for that second season that we all know and love, and that's called playoff football.
Yes, indeed. Playoff football around the corner for a lot of the teams that we had on the schedule this season. In fact, 8 of the special guests that were the Epic Wings Player of the Game on our broadcast this season are headed to the playoffs this weekend. So we're going to cover those playoff games as well with those gentlemen. And it's going to be a fun night of recapping the season here of Thursday Night Football.
Absolutely. We got some guys holding on remotely, so let's go ahead and bring them in, JP.
Let's bring them on in here right quick. And we're going to talk first to the Snowflake Lobos, who started things off on September the 1st against the Northwest Christian Crusaders, taking care of business 37-19. That was back on September the 1st, and that was actually Snowflake's first game in the 4A classification, and Snowflake is now home tonight, and we're pleased to be joined by Coach K. Solomon and our Epic Wings Player of the Game, Easton Butler. Guys, how are you doing tonight? We appreciate you coming on here with us.
Good. How are you?
We're doing great. We thank you so much for joining us. You guys are excited. You're hosting a playoff game tomorrow night against the Arcadia Titans. Tell us what practice has been like for this week for you guys, and how ready are you for tomorrow night and to get the playoffs started?
We've been going over film for quite a while since we figured out we're playing Arcadia, and I feel like we've had really physical practices and a lot of mental reps, but throughout this week, I think that we're preparing ourselves the best that we can. So,
Easton, of course, being a champion, you know it's hard to repeat because everybody's coming after you. They're going to give you their best effort. You moving up to the 4A, how do you think you guys played this season? You went 7-3, 2-2 in your section in the 4A East Guy. How do you think your football team did as a whole moving up to the 4A section?
We had our ups and downs, but I think we're where we need to be right now, and we're making strides that only us players and coaches are wanting, and we're trying to get to that peak of the season and just work our way up through the playoffs as we go. So,
Coach Solomon, a question for you right quick. What is the mood of the ball club this week as you guys progress throughout practice and you're getting ready to host those Arcadia Titans tomorrow night?
Oh, the mood's great. I mean, they're excited. Like I mentioned in the email to you, we're actually at the movie tonight. We usually do a team activity every week, and we've had a really good week of practice and preparation and getting ready. It's been cold up here, but these guys battle through it. That's normal for playoff football weather, and these guys are excited. They're ready to get after it tomorrow night.
So, Coach, you would say basically that your team is well rested. They are mentally ready for the rigors of another football run toward a championship?
I couldn't hear that. Sorry.
are we mentally ready?
Oh yeah. We're in a good place physically and mentally for a playoff run. We try every year as we get ready for the season. The long game's the focus, and we started out really good. The game that you guys broadcast with Northwest Christian right out of the gate, but then as we went through the season, we found some things we needed to work on and focus on, and we've definitely done that. So we feel like we're in a good place, not overconfident. We know it's a good Arcadia football team coming up to play us. They're physical. They've got some really good football players, especially a running back that really shows up well on film. So we'll be ready for them.
Well, congratulations again, Coach, on the success this season, and we look forward to seeing what you guys can do tomorrow night against those Arcadia Titans. Thanks again for being a part of Thursday Night Football here on the Epic Sports Network, and good luck tomorrow night in the first round of the playoffs.
Thanks. We appreciate you featuring us early in the season and having us on tonight. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely,
Thank
Coach.
you.
The Snowflake Lobos, Coach K. Solomon, and quarterback Easton Butler. Ed, he was our player of the game back at the early part of September. 10 of 13 for 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 77% completion percentage, and a 157.9 QBR for Easton Butler just that night alone.
Just on that night, and Snowflake can run the football, James. They're averaging almost 200 yards rushing a game. They've had 19 rushing touchdowns this season, so let's see if that running game can stay intact tomorrow night against Arcadia at home.
It is going to be an exciting playoff matchup, and Arcadia's got to travel just over 3.5 hours up there to Snowflake, and it's going to be a little chilly up there as well in northeastern Arizona tomorrow night. So
a little chilly?
That's going to be a challenge indeed for the Arcadia Titans. Great catching up with the Snowflake Lobos. Congratulations to them as well on the success this season. We're going to take a very short commercial timeout. When we come back here, we will visit with the coach of the Eastmark Firebirds, Scooter Molander, joins us here on the Epic Sports Network when we return to Epic Wings here in Glendale, Arizona. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love, and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back to Epic Wings here in Glendale, Arizona. The 2022 season recap show on the air. We are pleased now to be joined by the head coach of the Eastmark Firebirds, Scooter Molander, and his son, quarterback Mac Molander. Thank you guys for joining us. You made a long trip out here to Epic Wings in Glendale, and we appreciate it very much. You guys took care of business in week number 2, beating the ALA Gilbert North Eagles 36-33 in an overtime game. Coach, you guys have continued the success, a great record on the season. Mac, you've had an outstanding season as well, nominated for an Ed Doherty Award as well this season. Talk about your ball club, Coach, and the success you guys have had as you march toward the playoffs this weekend, actually.
Really, since that second half, we've just taken it game by game, and that's been the mentality this whole year. And having a full senior class has been huge. The leadership has been great with Mac and Caden Armstrong, Caden McCarty, and Austin Johnson. So they've done a tremendous job, and our staff has done a great job as well.
Coach, you're a relatively new program. Are you pleased with where your football team is right now? Of course, your program 11-1. You went undefeated in the 3A Central. Of course, you're going to have a playoff game on Saturday night against Push Ridge. Are you happy with where the direction of your football team and your organization is headed?
Well, we talked about it all week. We're pleased, not satisfied. And that's the deal. There's more work to be done. We're playing a great team in Push Ridge. They have the same record, and the only team they lost to was the same team we lost to, and that's Thatcher. So we know we have a huge challenge on our hands. They're very well coached. They have a lot of really good athletes and very disciplined. So I think the team that plays the smartest and plays clean got the best chance.
Now, Mac, you had a tremendous season so far. You're not done yet, fortunately, for the Eastmark Firebirds going into the playoffs on a real hot streak. You've got 37 touchdowns on the season. What do you attribute your success to? Obviously, you've been around football your whole life, around Dad all the time with football, all throughout his travels. What do you attribute your success this season to at Eastmark?
This season, it just has to be the whole team preparation and that mindset that we have this year. Everybody's just kind of matured a lot, especially since last year, taking everything a little more serious pregame in the week before, and everyone's always on the same page, which has helped to my success as well as the team success.
A follow-up question for you. Sorry, Ed.
No.
On that chemistry between you and your teammates, a guy like Austin Johnson, how are you guys able to establish that chemistry so fast? I mean, not really playing football together for a very long time, but you guys really click out there on the field together.
Yeah, well, we always talk through stuff before the game, even during the game, how we're feeling. We're great friends off the field, which helps a lot too. And in the off season, we're throwing, day in and day out, getting work in. So that's helped a lot.
Good stuff.
Mac, how great is it to have a running attack like you do? You're averaging over 200 yards a game. You've got almost 40 rushing touchdowns. Between Diego Rodriguez and Michael Samples, they've got 29 touchdowns. The importance of having a running game, how does that make your job as a quarterback? Does it take a little bit more pressure off you, knowing that you can hand the ball off and you guys can break it at any moment, running game wise?
Yeah, it helps a lot. It forces the defense to to play both and not be able to just rely on defending the pass or the run, because we have such a good threat in the running game and the passing game.
Coach, you guys are hosting the first round playoff game out at Eastmark. What has the community support meant to you there for the Firebirds? When we were out there in week 2, the stadium was just about full. Everybody was really excited about football there at Eastmark. What has the community support meant to the program?
Community support's been great. It's a really fun environment. Our athletic director, Craig Lushner's done a heck of a job of making it a special event. We got food trucks out there. The last couple of weeks, we probably lost some fans from the Eastmark community because we got fireworks going on, and dogs probably aren't happy about that. But we had that for our first two playoff games, and so we're playing Saturday at Mountain Point. We're the home team in the semifinals. So again, we're happy to be there and not satisfied.
Coach, when you look at Push Ridge, what do you see from them on tape, and how have you guys been preparing for them?
Well, again, as I mentioned earlier, they're very well coached. They're very disciplined. They do things well, and you don't reach the semifinals without doing that. And we know that we need to play clean and smart and overcome obstacles. Next play mentality, learn from anything and make adjustments during the game.
Coach Scooter Molander and Mac Molander, quarterback for the Eastmark Firebirds, joining us here on the program. Guys, congratulations on your success this season. We wish you continued success into the playoffs, and we look forward to following those Firebirds out there in the Far East Valley.
Thanks a million.
Thank you guys for coming out. We really appreciate
you guys.
it. The Eastmark Firebirds join us here on the season recap show. We'll take a short time out and come right back and visit with a very special guest remotely joining us here from the Mountainside Wolves. Stay with us here on the Epic Sports Network. We'll be right back to Epic Wings in Glendale in just a bit.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout. Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionailandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back here on the Epic Sports Network to Epic Wings in Glendale, Arizona. Now, Ed, let's talk a moment about the food. Some of that's going to be coming out here in a little bit. I had some wings before we got started here tonight. Delicious stuff here, always at Epic Wings in Glendale.
Can you see in my eyes that I'm hungry? I'm trying to hold off as long as I can, folks, until this show is over. I don't want to spoil what's going to be a fantastic meal. But, folks, if you've never been to Epic Wings, you got to get out here, 95th and Glendale.
Yes, 95th Avenue and Camelback.
Camelback, I'm
yes,
sorry, 95th and Camelback.
Just a stone's throw, if you will, from State Farm Stadium. Site of Super Bowl 57, just really a couple of weeks away, Ed.
Can you do a stone's throw from here to there?
It would be a long throw to go all the way down 95th there to State Farm Stadium. But you run right into that thing, I tell you what.
Yeah.
We are pleased now to be joined by a very special guest, one of the newer programs in the state of Arizona. It's the Mountainside Wolves joining us, and it's Coach Chris Dwayne. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I wanted to catch up with you guys. Been intrigued with your program since I saw you come on the scene just about a year and a half ago. Give us the 411 on what's going on with the Wolves out there in Whitman, Arizona.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, thanks for having me on. Anytime I can get out here and talk about my kids, talk about my program, it's pretty cool. Just finished up year 2, still working with no seniors. We only got, I think, 6 juniors on the roster last year, so still super young. And we finished 3-8. Obviously, 2A was kind of interesting last year with several teams canceling their seasons, so we picked up some late games and, maybe didn't put us in the best position to get some wins, but I think the kids learned a lot, and looking forward to year 3. I think we might be able to make some noise.
Coach, despite the 3-8 record, what are some things that you did like? What are some really positive takeaways you got from your football program over those 11 games?
Well, obviously being a new program, I think one of the hard things to do is to teach the kids to learn how to win. Obviously, year 1 didn't go didn't go like we would have wanted. But year 2, just trying to get those kids to learn how to win. And I think that was one of the big accomplishments from last year. In addition to that, obviously, a lot of young kids getting playing time. I mean, I think I had 8 or 9 freshmen that played significant minutes last year. And that's only going to help us in the future.
Coach, congratulations, first of all. Anytime you get to start up a program from the ground up, it's a really special thing. How much of your stamp have you been able to put on that Mountainside program so far? I know it's a process. Sometimes it takes even a couple of years to really get your guys to buy into what you're trying to do there. How much of that imprint have you been able to leave so far on the Wolves?
Well, I mean, obviously everything football has been myself and my assistant coach, my offensive coordinator, Coach Burke, who's been amazing. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of an interesting question. Obviously there was never football before. It's the school's first high school. So the district's first high school, excuse me. So everything pretty much athletically has been put in by the first coaches. I mean, everything from the logo to the style that we play, to a lot of the traditions that we're starting up. I mean, everything has kind of come from myself and Coach Burke and obviously the administration we have. So, trying to, remain humble, if you will, everything.
Throughout the trials and tribulations of a 3-8 season, what did you learn about yourself, Coach?
Patience. Patience is definitely the big one. I've only really been a varsity coach for the most part throughout my career, and dealing with a lot of lower classmen has really been a lesson on patience, if you will. Obviously, moving from 8-man last year to 11-man this year was a big step for the kids, and it just got me to, I think, just kind of understand kids a little bit more. I think for the most part, teenagers are the same, but depending on what part of, even Phoenix, kids are different from, North Phoenix and Scottsdale to, out there in Whitman. So just, learning more about kids, learning more patience, and I guess that's it.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time out to come on here and tell us a little bit more about the Mountainside Wolves. We'd love to have you guys on Thursday Night Football next season. They're in the 2A classification. Hopefully we could get you guys to host a game. If you were able to host a game and pick any game off that schedule this season to host for Thursday Night Football, what would it be?
Depends on if we have more ability to do so. I mean, last year we kind of just played essentially in a middle school public park thing, if you will. So if we could, I would love to, but I'm still waiting for the high school to get built, which is supposed to break ground hopefully here in the next few weeks. And then maybe we can figure that out at that point.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for taking the time out, Coach. We appreciate it. And thanks for joining us here this evening on the Epic Sports Network. And we will visit with you guys down the road very soon. That's Coach Chris Dwayne from the Mountainside Wolves out there in Whitman, a brand new program. Ed, thanks again, Coach, for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. You too. You guys have a good night and happy holidays.
You too. Happy holidays as well, my friend. Coach Chris Dwayne joining us here on the program. That was some really good stuff. I always enjoy finding out about those new programs, and it's not easy. You had to jump in there and start something from scratch.
Of course not, but as you mentioned, that's a major achievement for Coach Dwayne and his program to start up a new program. Yeah, 3-A is not ideally where they want to be, but I'll tell you what, that's a start, and you have to continue to build and grow from there.
It's all about just building, stacking practices and drills and weight room sessions and everything else. And eventually it'll culminate into a good season for you, hopefully eventually down the road. We're going to step aside, take a very short time out here, and we'll come back on the Epic Sports Network and visit with the Poston Butte Broncos. Coach Dane Thompson and Gavin Thrower join us after the break. Stay with us here on the Epic Sports Network. Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network. Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
We welcome you back here on the Epic Sports Network. We're pleased now to be joined by, it was game number 3 on our schedule this season. The Poston Butte Broncos squared off against the Micah Mountain Thunderbolts. And let me tell you, Ed, they took care of business at home 40-0. And a big reason why is this gentleman here to our right, Mr. Gavin Thrower. I'm excited to talk to these guys.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for coming out. I know it's a long trip over here, but we appreciate you coming out.
Hey, glad to be here. Thanks for having us out.
Coach, you guys have had a really successful season. You are hosting a playoff game tomorrow night against the Lake Havasu Knights, but let's rewind a little bit to that game against Micah Mountain. Micah Mountain, a brand new program down there in southern Arizona. You guys took care of business that night at home. Talk about your football team and the success you guys have had this season.
Well, that game in particular was a great starting point for us to kind of jump into like the abilities that some of our guys had. It was an awesome night for our defense, especially throwing a shutout in 4A is not easy. But then we had some like real blowout performance in Gavin and a couple other guys. Bobby Gaitan on defense had a big game that night too.
Yes, he did.
But Gavin led it, behind our line, rushing the ball, just kind of dominated the line of scrimmage. So that was a really big night for us, and that was a really good team too, that we kind of hit on all cylinders, special teams, defense, and offense. They just won their region in 4A to finish out the season, winning a big game, and
yes,
and so that was no pushover team, but it was fun for our kids to see them play that well as a team.
Coach, we know Gavin won't talk about himself, but we'll talk about him. The season that he's had almost 1,600 yards, 16 touchdowns. That night he had 17 for 112 and 2 touchdowns. How does this kid never seem to stop impressing you by his athletic skills and his God-given abilities?
Yeah, he just does a great job. He's a workhorse for us too. It's not just on the field. It's every moment in practice, in the weight room, and everything else. He deserves what he's getting, and he's getting it like with everybody in the box. There's nobody that doesn't know he's getting the ball.
Right.
And we've seen 11-man boxes, and he's still getting behind his line and just doing his thing, and it's just really fun to watch.
Well, ever since I've seen Poston Butte, Coach, you guys are big fans of power football. You like to line up and run the football. We always love seeing that. And a guy like Gavin just seems to lead by example. Like you said, he'll get up there, and they got a great offensive line, Ed. The big guys, Kate Elisa, over 300 pounds. But a lot of that is want to, and Gavin just finds the hole and hits it hard.
Yeah. Gavin, give some love to your offensive line. Of course, you could potentially do it without an offensive line, but with that offensive line, you got those numbers that we just mentioned. So you got to give some love to the five guys up front and their reserves, the guys that come in and back those guys up. Give some love to your O-line.
Of course, Kato Lisa. I don't know where to start with Kato Lisa, and he's just an amazing blocker. I always try to find him wherever he is, and wherever he is, I'm just going right behind him, touching his bag. Man, I'd hop on his back if I could. But no, everyone else on that line is just amazing. And we just have a variety of people who can do the same thing on the line too. So everyone on that line is just amazing.
And Gavin, what is it like to play for a coach like Coach Thompson, who really seems to me to be a real player's coach, has you guys' best interests at heart, and always doing the right thing for his players?
It's amazing. You know, without a coach like Coach Thompson, you can't play like you do. You know, he gives us motivation every time we get out on the field, and every time we are even in practice, he motivates us. And if someone's off task, you know, he's yelling at us to get better and stop messing around on the sideline or anything. You know, he just he's always there to push you to be better.
And see what that yelling has got you. It's got you a playoff berth, right?
Yeah.
It was all worth it.
Yeah.
He says nice things because he knows that I don't think he knows his way back from here. And I'm his ride, so that's a long.
You better
hike.
speak nicely.
He's a smart man, is what it is,
Yes.
Coach.
Coach, when you look at Lake Havasu, how have you guys been preparing for them this week? We know you host them tomorrow night, and that's a really good football team, 7-3. They've had a great season. What when you look at Lake Havasu offensively, defensively, special teams, what do you see from them?
Well, they are absolutely a good team. They're well coached and they are physical, and they kind of have a balanced offense, but they have a great running back as well over there. And I think anybody that plays them knows that that's the key, that they got to stop that running attack. The 4A in general is just, the parity is amazing right now with the 16 teams. There's literally 8 games that could go either way in the first round, which normally in most brackets that does not happen.
True.
And so we look at them. This is a quality playoff team like everybody else is. Our advantage, I feel like we've been playing playoff football for some time now, like pretty much our whole season. And so I feel like our guys are ready and they're excited to play this. You know, tomorrow can't come soon enough, but we're certainly know what kind of game we're in for. It's going to be a heck of a battle.
Well, the battle-tested Broncos joining us here on the program. Thanks, guys, for making the trip out here to Glendale. We really appreciate it. Good luck in the playoffs, and we wish you nothing but continued success. And we'd love to come out and do some Thursday night football again next season because it's always fun out there at Poston Butte. Always.
Absolutely. You're always welcome. We'll set up another game next year for sure.
Sounds awesome. Great. Thank you guys so much for taking the time. We appreciate it. Have a great, safe trip back out to the far east Santan Valley out there at Poston Butte.
Use those tickets, get you some more food. You may eat it on the way home.
Absolutely.
Absolutely right. The Poston Butte Broncos joining us here on the program. We'll step aside, take a very short timeout, and come back and visit with Coach Joe Ortiz and the Perry Pumas when we return here on the 2022 season wrap-up show here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
We welcome you back here to Epic Wings in Glendale, Arizona. It's the 2022 season recap show coming to you live here from Glendale. We're pleased now to be joined by the head coach of the Perry Pumas, Mr. Joe Ortiz, joining us here on the program. Coach Ortiz, thank you so much for taking the time out. We know that you guys are in the middle of preparations for tomorrow night's game at Highland High School. Congratulations on your success this season, making the playoffs in your first year at the helm there at Perry. Just give us a little temperature check on the ball club and how the guys are doing here the night before the big game.
You know, we're super excited. We didn't know we were going to get in going into last game. So it was just kind of waiting, especially playing on Thursday and Friday. It was a long day. So finally getting into the show and getting in, very happy. We're in a good spot right now. We have looking forward to what's going to happen tomorrow. We're looking for a good competitive game. The playoffs, I think, are wide open. So we like our chances for tomorrow. We're going to compete. We're going to battle. We're going to try and make it a great game.
Coach, when you look at Highland, I know it's going to be a tough haul to go to Highland. They're 7-3, but it's playoff football. All the records are 0-0. No, regardless of whether you're 4-6, they're 7-3. Everything goes back to 0. And how's your preparation been so far? And what do you see from Highland when you look at them on film?
We're battle tested. We played in the Premier. So we played this year, and we're very excited for the challenge. Highland is very, very well coached. They do that. We're just super. They move around a lot on defense with that three-high cloud, and then offense. That got to be gap sound, and offensively, we pick and choose what they're giving up. We'll be ready to go. But over there, and we're really looking forward to the challenge. And like you said, we're 0-0 now. We're 10 areas to play playoffs and make runs, and we're gonna play our best.
Coach, what would you attribute your success in your first season over at Perry to as a whole? Obviously, you have great support there from the community. I saw a really cool tweet today put out by, I believe it was the softball team or another team there that you're affiliated with, congratulating you on making the playoffs in your first year. That's got to feel good to have the community rally around you like that, and that you have they have your back there going into a tough playoff game tomorrow night.
Yeah, for sure. So I got put into girls and boys soccer strength and conditioning class. We did a basket of all the things I like. They did research on what I like to drink. Like I like Dutch Brothers. They hard and almost tear my eyes up a little bit just knowing that they care and that it was. Thank you, Coach. Congratulations on your first. Very looking forward to what you do. Congratulations. I'm walking out to my office. So here you go, Coach. And it was just a really cool experience. We took that today, so I'll be going to all the girls soccer games after our season to support them. But support's been amazing. It's all been the kids and the buying into what we're trying to do. Right now, we're not where we want to be in the program, but the kids that we have are busting their tail and they're fully behind our mission and our goal. And 4-6 is what we do in our season. But we got into the playoffs, and that's a goal. And we're in, and now it's let's go and we can do.
It'll definitely be a business trip tomorrow night to Highland, Coach. How are the young men? Are the men mentally ready and physically ready? Are they ready for battle tomorrow night?
Yeah, they're ready. I thought we've had a good week of practice. Getting into the playoffs, we're going to life, so we're super excited for that challenge. I going to Highland. They're going to have a ruckus crowd. The last time I was on that field playing, coaching in that game was in the 4A state championship. Didn't have really good. Really forward to going back out there and the kids bought in. They're locked in. They think right now. Highland's good. They're really good. But we're good.
Well, Coach, congratulations again on making the playoffs there in your first season at Perry. Like we always say, all you need is a ticket to the dance, and anything can happen from there, right? So congratulations again. I look forward to seeing you out there on the field tomorrow night at Highland High School. I'll have the call of that game on the NFHS network, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow evening. Thanks again for coming on the show here with us and talking again about those Perry Pumas.
I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow, and a shout out to my boosters for making the team. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Go Pumas.
Those look great,
Thank you,
Coach. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. Thank you for your time, and we'll catch you tomorrow evening.
Sounds good.
Good luck tomorrow night, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Great stuff right there, Ed. That was Coach Joe Ortiz from the Perry Pumas, and he had a lot of success over at Cactus High School with the Cobras, and he's gone over at Perry and just kind of picked off right where he left off.
Yeah, they lost 5 straight to end the season, ended up 4-6. But as you mentioned, James, they are in the big dance. They are in the second season. We talked about they're back to 0-0. All that stuff in the regular season does not matter. It matters about what they do tomorrow night at Highland. Can they go and beat a 7-win football team in their own house?
That's why they call it the second season right there, Ed. Let's take a moment here and recognize some other special things coming up here on the Epic Sports Network as we await the Mountain Point Pride joining us, and we'll talk to that 3-headed monster out there in Ahwatukee under Coach Eric Lauer here in just a minute. Those guys will be popping back on, but we're going to be broadcasting the Ed Doherty Awards coming up on December the 17th, live from the Scottsdale Resort in Scottsdale, Arizona. And let me tell you what, that is a great time. We get to recognize the best of the best in Arizona high school football.
That is going to be so much fun. I cannot wait to be there and broadcast. That is an absolute honor for us to be a part of that and to honor some great athletes.
There you see Nico Marchiol, the recipient of the award last season. There's Ty Thompson, the 2020 winner, getting the jacket there from Bijan Robinson, as well as Brock Purdy, who is now a quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, just like that. And let me tell you, some of the best will be there on December 17th, and we'll have it live for you here right on the Epic Sports Network.
And if Brock Purdy's story is not a motivation to any one of these young men who plays high school football to realize that, yes, you can play in the National Football League. You just got to put your nose to the grindstone, and you got to work your tail off, but it is possible. You can do it.
It is indeed possible. We are pleased now to be joined by the Mountain Point Pride head coach. Eric Lauer is about to join us here in just a moment. Coach Lauer, thank you so much for taking the time out here of your busy schedule, and we look forward to chat with you tonight here about the Pride. You guys have had a very successful season, and you're headed to the playoffs tomorrow night, hosting the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions. Just give us a brief temperature check, if you will, of the ball club. How are the guys feeling here for the ball game?
Oh, they're feeling good. We're excited. Have a lot of gratitude and positive mojo going into this weekend and tomorrow night's game.
Coach, are those 3 running backs behind you? Are those the 3 guys that really make it happen offensively for you? Is that those 3 guys? Is that them? That's them right there.
Yeah, that's them.
Can you turn the phone sideways so we can get a better shot of them?
That's a lot of muscle going on right there, Coach. We can't get that all in that. There we go. That's the ticket. Joining us now from the Mountain Point Rate Room. That's the 3-headed monster there for the Mountain Point Pride. On the right, Jalen Rushing. He was the Epic Wings player of the game. 13 carries, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also had a reception for 47 yards as well that night. And also have Christian Clark and Randall Parker joining us as well from Mountain Point. Ed, it was a tough decision that night to decide the player of the game because all 3 of these guys were running the rock with reckless abandon.
They were, and that just lets you know that sets this football team up for hopefully success for when it comes to them as far as the playoffs go, when they kick it off against Mountain Ridge tomorrow night, as far as the running game goes. But Jalen, as far as your preparation, you guys are getting ready for Mountain Ridge tomorrow night, the playoffs. How excited are you to run this thing back, get ready for the second season, and hopefully for your sakes, make a run to the championship?
We're super excited. We take it one practice at a time, mentally and physically preparing ourselves for this upcoming playoff game. We're not trying to, think about things too much. We're just focusing on the task at hand.
This is really a question for all 3 of you guys. How do you guys pick each other up as you go throughout a game? One guy will have a really good game, and then maybe somebody else is not quite feeling or not really getting off that night. How do you guys kind of rally around each other and pick each other up? I'll direct that question to Christian Clark.
I mean, we just feed off of each other every single game because we know the talent that we have in this backfield. We know what we're capable of every single game. So, like when one of us has it going, we say Jalen trucks somebody, that gets us hype. Then say Randall has a big run, we all support each other. We all want the best for each other, and it just feeds off every single run we have.
Randall, when it comes to running backs and the success that you guys have, or any football team, we always got to give love to the offensive line. So give some love to those 5 guys up front and the guys that replace those guys when they need to take a breather. Your offensive line, give those guys some love, because without them, it's hard to get the numbers that you 3 have had this season.
Yeah, that's true. They've been working a lot. We've been playing some physical guys up front, especially in the first half of the season. So for us to have the numbers that we have, yeah, that's very true.
A final question for each one of you gentlemen here with us tonight. How does Coach Eric Lauer, who has been a legend pretty much there at Mountain Point High School, he's really got you guys playing some really good football over the last couple seasons. How does he make each one of you guys better?
He be pushing us every single day to be great. He knows the sky is the limit for each and every one of us. He just has to put that in our heads, and we know what we can do. So he just lets us know every single day.
And he kind of he knows who's good at what. So we're kind of have a good little rotation. So we're all getting what we need to do done. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like Randall said, he knows what we can do. He knows what we need to work on. So, he'll it's the little things he does. He'd be like, "Hey, tuck that ball in." Just small stuff that really helps us, better our game.
Fellas, last one from me. The fact that you made the playoffs, does this validate all the hard work that you have done this entire season to get to where you are? It does not? No,
we're not done yet. Yeah, we're not done yet. It doesn't validate anything. This is just a start.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I like that answer. You talk about a 3-headed monster, Ed. Jalen Rushing with 112 yards in that game. Randall Parker, 145 yards. And, Christian Clark also ripped off 142 yards in the same ball game. So all I can say is good luck, Mountain Ridge, because these guys are going to be ready to roll.
Absolutely. Well, guys, congratulations on your season, 7-3. You're hosting a playoff game tomorrow night. We wish you the best of luck. And by this time tomorrow night, it'll be kicked off. It'll be time to get it on.
That's exactly right. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. Good luck as you progress throughout the playoffs. We know for a fact that you're not done, and we're excited to see what you do going the rest of the way throughout 2022 here. Thank you guys for taking the time. And Coach Lauer, thank you as well for joining us, my friend.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Gentlemen.
That was the Mountain Point Pride. Eric Lauer, the head coach, and the 3-headed monster there of Jalen Rushing, Christian Clark, and I'm sorry, Randall Parker, the junior. Yes. And let me tell you what, Ed, a couple of these guys coming back for next season as well. Parker, only a junior, and then Christian Clark, also a junior. Jalen Rushing will be graduating in May there from Mountain Point High School.
So more numbers. Of those 3 young men, they accounted for almost 2,300 yards between those 3. And of the 33 touchdowns they had rushing, James, those 3 had 27 of them.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, like you said, good luck, Mountain Ridge, trying to stop those 3 guys tomorrow night.
Unbelievable. We will take a very short time out here and come right back here for more season recap show right here on the Epic Sports Network, live from Epic Wings in Glendale. Stay with us. We'll be right back here in just 1 minute.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout. Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back to Epic Wings here in Glendale. It's the season recap show on the air. Ed, we've had some pretty fantastic games. We got a couple more to recap here. We were hoped to be joined by the head coach of the Chrisman Rattlers, which is a brand new program out there in the Queen Creek Far East Valley. And we're going to have them on Thursday Night Football next season, a brand new 3A program under the direction of head coach Corbin Smith. And he's got those guys ready to roll. They've been practicing all season. this year like they've had a season, except they haven't had any games to play. But they're going to be chomping at the bit to play next season.
Oh, of course they are. And that's great. Again, another accomplishment, another achievement for Chrisman to have a brand new football team. We can't excited to get that on, and hopefully we can get a game with them next Thursday night next season.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Also, we were supposed to be joined in person tonight by the Westwood Warriors. They took care of business under the direction of head coach Brandon Large, beating the Trevor G. Brown Bruins 40-31, and Coach Large finishing in his first season there at the helm, 3-7. But they got a bright future there over the Westwood Warriors. Quarterback Jordan Hanks will be coming back for his senior season next year. He had 1,625 yards passing, 18 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. Oh, he also led the team in rushing with 689 yards and 6 tutties on the ground for the quarterback.
The question for them is, how do they replace Nikita McCrimmon? The kid had almost 700 yards rushing, almost 600 receiving, 9 rushing touchdowns, 8 touchdowns through the air, so 17 touchdowns, and well over almost 1,200 yards of all-purpose yards. So how do you replace a young man of that talent? I'm sure they will find a way to do that. Coach Large will find a way to do it.
They will replace a McCrimmon with a sophomore McCrimmon over
Savion.
there at Westwood High School. That's exactly right. So they will plug and play things over there for the Westwood Warriors, and it was great. Winston Ty McCovey was the player of the game there. 3 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 PBUs, and he had a fantastic performance there that night against the Bruins over at Trevor G. Brown.
Yeah, and I enjoyed. We had so much fun talking to him up in the booth. He was like, "Oh my gosh, did I really get player of the game? Do I deserve to be up here?" But Winston he had a fantastic night that night.
He really did. He had a fantastic game. So congratulations again to the Westwood Warriors. We're looking forward to seeing them over there in their newly remodeled stadium. Get some new stadium lights and some new facilities over there as well.
That'd be great.
At Westwood. So good stuff. We're going to take a very short timeout. When we come back here, we'll be joined by one of our ATHs, as we like to refer to him. This guy is an athlete of all athletes. Jeremiah Latu will join us here from the McClintock Chargers when we return here on the season recap show. Stay with us. We'll be back in 1 minute. Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love, and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network. Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
We welcome you back to Epic Wings here in Glendale, Arizona. It's the 2022 season recap show. Ed, we are pleased to be joined by one of the studs we had on Thursday Night Football this season from the McClintock Chargers, number 59, Jeremiah Latu. And this guy does it all from McClintock and Coach Mike Fell.
Literally. Jeremiah, we appreciate you coming up, brother. Great season for you. Congratulations. Can you recap your season? I know 3-7 is clearly not what you and your program wanted, but can you just kind of give a recap, a synopsis of your season?
It was pretty fun playing with all my brothers. It's sad that it came to an early end. Yeah.
What has it been like for playing for Coach Fell this season? He's in his first year over there at McClintock, and he's really done some good things, trying to really turn that program around over there.
Yeah, it was pretty fun playing for him. The fact that he let me play a little bit running back.
A little bit.
Yeah. How did that come about, by the way? We wanted to ask you about, did you just jump in there and say, hey, Coach, give me the rock? Or he say, hey, 59, why don't you get in there and see what you can do at fullback? We got a guy over there getting taped up. We need somebody for a couple of plays. Oh, hold on a minute. He's good at this. Wait a minute.
Yeah. So it started when I started on the, what is it called?
Scout team?
Scout O.
Okay.
Yeah, I started on Scout O, and he seen what I was doing. I read blocks a little bit better than our original running backs.
Hey, that counts for a lot.
No shade. But yeah, I wouldn't get all those stats without my linemen for sure.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Of course.
For sure.
So Jeremiah, being able to read have all those reads and be where you were as far as coach putting you as far as the running back, 123 rushes, almost 800 yards, 8 rushing touchdowns. To what do you attribute that to? How were you able to do what you did and cement yourself as that ATH we talk about?
I'm just I'll just thank the linemen for sure, because without them I'd be nothing. The preparation I had to do every week, man, they were killing my shins for sure. I'm still recovering. Yeah.
Now, have you done any football work, if you will, in the off season so far? I know it hasn't been only but a couple of weeks, but how soon until you got to say, hey, I got to keep this body in shape. I got to keep things rolling here, because next season comes around real quick.
Yes, it does.
Actually, I'm thinking about joining the wrestling team.
Okay, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. I'm sure Coach Fell would love to hear that.
Yeah. I went one practice, and oh my gosh, it killed me, and I for sure need to go back and make sure I stay.
But you enjoyed it though, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
That's great work right there for football players, because it teaches you how to really use those hands really well too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask, as far as wrestling, as far as workouts, and what does it do for you physically, and what does it do for you mentally? That's different than what you do as far as workouts for football and the practices and all the preparation you do for that. Is it really different?
Way different. When you're in that room, the air is way too thin. It's different. It's not like running a lot, like running on the field. You gotta build your stamina up. You gotta learn like how to like break down things, especially when you're new. I'm kind of new to it, so yeah.
It's there's not a whole lot of weight training involved with wrestling, is there? It's more just kind of grappling and learning about leverage and how to get a hold of a guy. Right?
The weight training just comes when I do my own weight training.
Okay.
With my uncle or myself, with my cousins. And then I use that strength into the wrestling.
So Jeremiah, what do you do in the off season to get yourself better as a running back? I know you kind of fell into this role as a running back, in addition to being a center and a middle linebacker. So, do you watch certain running backs, maybe in the National Football League or in college football, to say, okay, I kind of want to pattern my style after him or him or him?
To be honest, it's kind of funny because I watched Derrick Henry and I kind of just say to myself, like, it kind of looks like me.
Yeah, it does actually.
He does, yeah.
A guy that looks way too big to be playing running back out there running people over is what's happening, Ed.
Way too big.
Oh man, I got to ask you. You played a lot of offense and a lot of defense this year. Now, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you had to pick one, which way would you go?
That's my question.
Sorry, Ed.
Oh man, I really love getting a lot of tackles, but it really I'd say running back for sure.
Okay, so do you like blowing up a defensive lineman as a running back, or do you like blowing somebody up on defense as a middle linebacker, blowing up a running back or a wide receiver, depending on wherever the football is and wherever you are?
As a defense lineman towards a linebacker?
A defensive lineman, like toward a running back. If somebody's coming your way, you want to blow that guy up that's got the ball.
I'd say linebacker for sure. When you meet that person right down the middle, and it's scary. It's scary.
The only thing better is when there's two of them coming out at you, right? And then the running back's the third guy behind the two that are coming out at you.
And then your eyes are as big as saucers because you know you've got that stick and you want to knock that guy's block off, right?
Gosh, it's amazing when you actually go through with it.
Why don't you tell these little guys right here standing in front of us how much fun it is to play football?
Oh man, you're gonna have oh my, I can't even say it. I have no words.
That's absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect.
That's great.
Jeremiah Latu joining us here on the program from the McClintock Chargers. Congratulations again on your success this season, and we look forward to following you again in the future, my friend. Thank you for making the trip out here to Glendale, and we appreciate you joining us.
Thank
you,
brother.
Two more guests to join us here on the program before we close out the night here from Epic Wings in Glendale. We will take a short commercial timeout and be joined by the Thunderbird Titans when we return here on the Epic Sports Network live from Epic Wings in Glendale. Stay with us. We'll be right back here in 1 minute and 30 seconds.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For or bundling made easy. Go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
We welcome you back to Epic Wings here in Glendale, Arizona, the 2022 season recap show on the air. James Poovey alongside Ed Cole. We're pleased now to be joined by the Thunderbird Titans, head coach Matt Nallette, and the player of the game, the Epic Wings player of the game, Sean Matthews. Coach, congratulations on your success this season. You guys are going to the playoffs. You got to go across town over to Tempe to face the Marcos Deniza Padres. What do you know about those guys?
Oh, I mean, they're going to be a big challenge for us. They have a dynamic offense led by Brayson Leon, their quarterback. Jamal Young is one of the best receivers we've seen. So our defense has been working hard. Our defensive coordinator, Coach Wilberscheid's come up with a pretty good game plan. I think our guys are ready to execute that. So if we can limit them there and do what we do on offense, we're going to make a good game out of it. And we couldn't be more excited, and our guys are hungry right now.
Coach, you've won 5 straight going into this game at Marcos Deniza tomorrow night. Do you like the momentum that your football team has going into this playoff game?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, really, the last 5 weeks for us, we've said this is the playoffs. We had to win every single one. And then the night that you guys had us on against Sierra Linda was really that first game where we put it all together in all 3 phases for 4 quarters. And we used that really to catapult us into the stretch run we've been able to make. And we got in, and now once you're in, everybody has a chance. Any given Friday night, the team that makes the fewest mistakes, plays the hardest, has a chance to win the game.
All you got to get is an invitation, right,
right.
Coach?
That's right.
I got to ask you, on that game specifically, how in the world did you guys shut down that Sierra Linda offense with Stephon Daly at wide receiver? I mean, those guys have a really good offense, and you guys just came out there and you hardly let them breathe. I don't know how else to say it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. As Sean said after the game when he was on with you guys, we decided we were going to shut down the run with 5 in the box, and if we could do that, then we could prevent what they would be able to do in the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
So our guys up front got the job done, and then we got some dudes that can cover. And if you get that combination, you can really shut down an offense even as dynamic as theirs in Sierra Linda.
Sean, over here. So the importance of the running game tomorrow night against Marcos Deniza, how important will it be to run the football at a steady pace and control that clock, control that time of possession tomorrow night?
So I think that our plan is to just control our possessions, hold on to the ball. We've been really trying to focus on not turning the ball over, winning the turnover battles. So we're just going to try and figure out what works and hold on to the ball.
Sean, you seem like a guy that's kind of a natural-born leader, especially on defense. How do the guys rally around you, and how do you lead by example when you're out there, whether it be a practice or if it's a practice, just a normal day in September, no playoff stuff on the horizon yet, just another grinded-out day. I played football. There was days where you didn't want to go to practice. You love the game still, but I just really don't feel like going to practice today. How do you lead by example and really not let those things seep through, if you will?
I just try to focus on having a really positive mindset. Even when I don't want to be there, the guys look up to me. So if I'm in a good mood, keeping the intensity up, I figure they probably will as well.
Might be a little contagious, huh?
Yeah,
perfect
for sure.
Perfect.
Sean, what's the mind state of you and your brothers in the locker room? Are you guys locked in and ready for tomorrow night?
Yeah, we're hungry. We're ready. The little number by our name of 14, we're focused. I think we got a good shot tomorrow night. So,
Coach, what do you feel about the temperature of the ball club right now as far as their mood? And is it kind of a quiet calm, a nice calm, or are they? I know they're jacked up.
I
but,
mean,
trying to
they're
hold that
excited.
energy
They're
in?
definitely excited and jacked up, but it's kind of a controlled excitement. They're focused. They're locked in. They know we got a job to do tomorrow night, and they know we're capable of doing it.
What do you think the difference will be in the game tomorrow night? Obviously, when we talk about playoff games, it's always a couple little plays, 3 or 4 plays here or there, maybe a turnover. What's going to be the tipping point tomorrow evening?
All right. I mean, I told our guys in our first meeting this week that, I feel like we are dead even with Marco Sinisa right now at that point. And what's going to make the difference in the game is what we do from now until then. And what we've done this week in practice, in preparation, I think puts us over the top, where it's going to give us just enough to be able to execute at a high enough level to win. All right, we got to limit mistakes, not turn the ball over. And then when we get our chance to make those big plays, make them.
Coach, how important has it been for the fan support all season to get you guys to 8-2 undefeated in the 4A Southwest? I'm sure they're going to travel really well tomorrow night to Marco Sinisa. Having your fans, having that love and that support, you looking in the stands and seeing your faithful there tomorrow night. How important will that be for you guys, you and your men?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're going to be excited to see the T-Squad out there showing up at Marco Sinisa, getting loud, getting rowdy, getting behind our boys. And we're excited for it.
How excited are people at Thunderbird about Thunderbird football?
There's definitely a buzz around campus. One of my assistant principals was telling me the other day, just everything on campus goes better when you guys are winning.
Yeah. It's funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah. So, hey, we're proud to take that, and we're just going to keep running with it and try to keep this winning streak rolling. And hopefully that keeps things going well on campus.
Well, we're proud of you guys as well, and a great season here for the Thunderbird Titans. Heading into tomorrow night's playoff game in Tempe against the Marco Sinisa Padres. Sean Matthews and Coach Matt Nallette joining us here on the program. Thanks, guys, for making the trip out here to Glendale, and we wish you luck tomorrow night. We'll be watching that game and cheering you guys on.
All right, thank you very much. And one last thing I'd like to add that, I'm not really supposed to reveal all of these things yet that we did with our all-region voting and everything. But we got right here not only the Epic Wings Player of the Game, but also the 4A Southwest Region Player of the Year.
Oh, wow. How about that? Congratulations. Sean Matthews, 4A Southwest Player of the Year.
To win today?
Fantastic.
That was the first time I heard about it. He just surprised me.
How about that?
Yeah, just now. That's
just
awesome.
now. I like that.
Great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
A little inside information here on the Epic Sports Network. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Congratulations on that. That is not easily earned. Ed. A lot of guys vying for that that position, and that is quite an honor, Sean. So congratulations on that. And I don't have to tell you to have a good night because I think you're going to be able to do that now, right?
Yes, sir.
Good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Coach, thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate you coming out here and joining us here. And always good to visit with you. We'd love to do it again next season. And I've already been talking with the AD as well, so we look forward to it.
We'd love to do another one next year.
Absolutely. The Thunderbird Titans joining us here. One more break here, and we'll be wrapped up for the evening. But before that, we'll be joined by the marketing coordinator for the Epic Wings. That's Alexander Baldwin. Will join us here on the program right after the break. Stay with us. One more segment to go here on the season recap show.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout. Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
Welcome back to Epic Wings here in Glendale, Arizona. It's the 2022 season recap show on the air. One more segment to go here as we're joined by the marketing coordinator for Epic Wings, Alexander Baldwin. Alexander, thank you so much for coming on with us. First of all, thank you for the partnership between Epic Wings and the Epic Sports Network. And we had a fantastic season showcasing some tremendous high school athletes here in the state of Arizona, and also showcasing the great things going on here at Epic Wings.
Yeah, thank you for having us as well. We're very excited about this partnership. It's perfect. Epic Wings, Epic Sports. Can't get any better than that.
Yes.
And we are very proud to be sponsoring local high school sports as well.
It's great stuff.
Alexander, I'm sure there may be a few people out there that don't know about Epic Wings, and if they don't, they're really missing out. So for those 2 or 3 people that don't know about Epic Wings, tell
while we show some of the food.
while we show
off
some of
here.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell them about the great stuff that you feature here at this restaurant while we show it off.
So Epic Wings, we are 40 years old. We're a Southern California-based chicken wing restaurant. We have a location here in Glendale, and we are very pride ourselves on our fresh products. We have here our tenderloin strips and our Epic fries.
Give that a little Vanna White right there.
Right.
There you go.
Some great options.
Perfect.
So if you ever want chicken wings, please check us out here in Glendale.
Great stuff. 95th Avenue and Camelback, and really just right off the freeway, Ed. Very easy to get here.
Easily accessible, easy on and off. As you mentioned, James, a stone's throw away from State Farm Stadium. So everybody that knows about the Cardinals knows that it's in that relative direction.
Absolutely right. And thank you again for the partnership. I reached out to you about, 8 months ago now, I want to say it was. And you guys were on board. You seem like you got what we were trying to do here about showcasing these athletes and really just kind of giving them some exposure and maybe helping them some of them get to the next level, maybe get a college look or something like that. You never know who's watching these games.
Absolutely. It's great to showcase high school sports and be part of the community, and we're very excited to be with you guys here.
Well, it's great stuff.
Alexandra, to commemorate 40 years, what are some some really cool specials that Epic Wings has going on right now?
Yeah, so that during the month of November, you can get 40 wings for $40. So that's a great promo right now, and it's just in time for Friendsgiving and Thanksgiving as well.
Outstanding stuff. Well, we appreciate the partnership once again. We look forward to hopefully doing it again next year and bringing Epic Wings on here on the Epic Sports Network once again. Thank you, folks, for tuning in tonight. We're going to continue to make you a little bit more hungry if you weren't already.
Mine.
These are the Epic fries right here, and you got the wings right there. Ed's going to put those in his bag. And
I'm going to give those. We're going to give those to Jeremiah.
Yes, Jeremiah would love to take these home with him as well, for sure. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, folks, here on the Epic Sports Network. It was our pleasure to bring you Thursday Night Football all season long. 8 games in the bag. We want to especially thank Alexis Weissar, our videographer throughout the season this year, and my son Brecken Poovey, who also did a great job for us this year running the score bug and keeping that up and running on the broadcast as well. So it was a team effort, and I thank you as well, Ed, for joining this journey once again with me this season. And it was a great time. I had a blast with you.
Absolutely. Let's do it again next season.
Let's do it again next season. Everybody had a great night. Have a great weekend. Enjoy some Arizona high school playoff football action this weekend. Get out and check out a game if you haven't. The weather's nice. It's perfect football weather, and we look forward to seeing you out there on the sidelines this weekend. Everybody take care and have a great weekend.